Get in. Get in. This winning malarkey. Too easy. It's too easy. Welcome to Up the Villa podcast. Welcome to our match reaction. If you are new to our channel, subscribe. Just get on this winning journey with us. Takes 2 seconds to subscribe to the channel, and it mean the world to me to have so many Villa fans following this fan channel. So if you can't subscribe, go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comment section down below on what you thought of the performance today against Nottingham Forest. So before we start, we've got to get into what we are achieving and what we are doing and where we are and where we're at, because it's absolutely amazing. I was at the away game on Tuesday. My voice was gone, and my voice is gone again. So I apologise for that. So let's have a look at the table where we are. Aston Villa are in 6th place on 47 points. Let me just repeat it. 6th place on 47 points. Our current form is draw, win, 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 and win, which is just absolutely mental. And our form goes past that because we have a win against Everton, Palace, draw away at West Ham, the win against Bournemouth, Chelsea, Leicester, and Nottingham Forest. And, our form is just absolutely remarkable. Teams in and around us have dropped points today. Brighton have dropped points. So that was just absolutely fantastic. Let's have a look at some of the other scores as well, because I can't remember off the top of my head. So we've got Brentford losing to Newcastle. We've got West Ham beating Fulham. We've got Spurs beating Brighton as well. So, those results have sort of done us a bit of a favour, which is really, really good for where we are. And it sets up a monster game next week now against Newcastle United, who are massively in form as well. So that game's just going to be absolutely mental. But, fair play to Emery, fair play to the team, because today was a difficult game. We were coming off the back of 2 results in a space of a couple of days. Chelsea victory at Stamford Bridge, the victory against Leicester at the King Power. And today's game was a real difficult one because tired legs, tired bodies, 2 massive results that have took it out of us to come back to Villa Park and pressure on us to get the win. And I'm just so grateful that we did it. And again, like Traore popped up with a brilliant goal. And, it wasn't pretty today. It really wasn't pretty. There was a lot of misplaced passes. We didn't look like we were at it creativity-wise. But what are the fundamental things of an Unai Emery team? Keep possession of the football, win your individual battles, fight together for a team. And it was a real team performance. And again, like we had over 60% possession of the football today. We completely controlled the game. Like we were dominant with the ball. And Nottingham Forest came to disrupt us, and they set up with sort of 2 10s and tried to stop McGinn and Louise getting on the ball. And, Forest are fighting for their lives. Forest are fighting for points. Forest are fighting to stay in the Premier League. So it was never going to be an easy game. But the questions that I had from this Villa side were we able to step up at home and get the performance? And a lot of you regular viewers who have been watching the channel for, at least a good few months will have heard me say the phrase, play shit and win. All I'm bothered about is getting points. And that's what this team's all about. And those are the key characteristics of any good team. And I fundamentally go back to the times where we've been brilliant at home. We've played the likes of Liverpool off the pitch, Spurs off the pitch, Chelsea this season off the pitch. We've played well against the Uniteds in years gone by. And the one fundamental thing that we never do in those games is win. And now what we're starting to have in our locker is we can go away from at home and we can play really well. We can go away from home. We can try and boss possession and sit in and nick a win. We can play at home, and if things aren't going our way, like today, like creativity-wise, I don't think we were at it. But the fundamental thing is what us fans walk away from that match and walk away from that game is 3 points in your back pocket. Like, we won the game, and that is a massive, massive thing, and it goes a long way. Like, you don't think Arsenal have played amazing all season. They haven't played well in every single game. Man City don't play well in every single game, but they get the points and they get the wins and they get everything ticking over, and that's what we're doing. Like, and I just think it's a fantastic trait to have in your side. Like, you will go a long way if that is what you've got in your side. So I think now let's rest, regroup this week. It's been a mad week. We've had 3 games and we've won them all. Like, we've literally won every single one of those games. It is ridiculous. Like, it's mad. So now we've got a whole week to rest, recover, and Unai can set up a plan to beat Newcastle United at home. So, have I said buzzing? I don't think I said buzzing. We are 6 minutes 48 in, and I am absolutely buzzing. So let's go back to the game then. So, started off quite even, really, weren't it? We tried to get a bit of a passing range. We were getting our foothold in the game, and, you know, make 2 ways about it. We completely dominated the game with the ball. It was all Aston Villa. But we were just lacking that little bit of zip for me today, that little bit of energy. And it's understandable that it wasn't there. You know, it wasn't there because we've just played 2 games. We've just played 2 games. We've won them both. Big, emotional, sapping games. And today, I think I was sat there watching from the old tent, just thinking, I'm calm again. We're bossing the ball. Just keep going, keep going. Don't get sucker punched by a counter-attack. And then we managed to get that goal after half-time, didn't we? But in the first half, I thought it was a good half. I thought we were dominant with the ball. We didn't create too many chances, but, you know, it was just one of them where we restricted them to not a lot anyway in that first half. So, you know, going half-time 0-0, come out second half, and we get that early goal. Traore again, you know, what a thing for him to just come into that side and again get a goal for us. So I think it was great to see Traore back on the pitch. And then for me, as soon as we scored, I just wanted us to just keep knocking it about the back. Just keep knocking it about, keep the shape. We didn't need to be so expansive that we get caught in transition, which is one of the things that Forest are quite good at and what they were good at last year in transition. Just keep managing the game. And I felt like we managed the game brilliantly. They had a little bit of a spell where I felt like they looked dangerous. But what was their spell? Corners. Their spell was just having like 3 or 4 corners in the second half where you start to think, oh, we don't want to concede off this. But apart from that, again, controlled the game. And it was just great to see. We weren't that expansive, but we won the game, fair enough. And then Watkins, I mean, what more can be said about Watkins? He scored another goal. His goal tally's now ticking over. It's just fantastic to see. And it's just brilliant, to be fair. So if we, what's Ollie on now? Ollie Watkins, let me try and have a look what his goal tally's on this season. This is saying he's on 12 goals. So, you know, he's banging form. He's scoring goals, which is great to see. And just long may it continue. Ollie Watkins' performance, he got a 7.5. He scored another goal. So, yeah, he was lively all game, wasn't he? He was really good, to be fair, Ollie Watkins. I felt like the back 4 were pretty solid. Moreno had a really good, solid game, didn't he? I felt like Moreno was good today. I felt like Ramsey and Louise were a little bit loose. I think McGinn in the second half really upped it and got us over that line. He had a really good, massive second half for me, McGinn. Buendia again, a bit quiet. So all round, a bit meh, a bit not at our best, but we've won the game, and that is the biggest thing for me to come out of, and like just get the points, get out of there, and then we can rest and regroup for what's coming up this week, which again is a massive game. But you know, Unai made some really good substitutions with Dendonka coming on, and I just think he really managed the game really well. Again, do I think Unai would be happy with that performance? No, I don't. I don't think Emery would be happy with that performance because he's so demanding of what he wants and what he expects, and I think he will be wanting more from the group. So, and I think another point that I'd just like to make is that I'd say we weren't at our best, but we won. But the questions that will be going through the group now is that we should be playing a bit better. And I think they'll all look at themselves this week and think, you know what, we've got to be up for it next week against Newcastle. And I think, you know, that they will be more fired up and will play a little bit more creative-wise going forward as well. But Villa fans, let me know what you think, because to come out of these games with 9 points and we're in 6th place in the Premier League, it's absolutely huge. I was on Sky and I was speaking to them in the week, and there was a Brighton fan and they were saying, like, you know, do you want to like pinch yourself? And he was like, yeah, but like we're above them now. Do you know what I mean? Like we're above them in the table, which is absolutely massive. So you know, let's just go back to the table and have a little bit of a quick look before we finish off. So there we go. So we are in 6th place on 47 points. We are a point in front of Brighton, who've got 2 games in hand on us. Interestingly, we are level on point. We are games played level on points with Brentford, and we are 4 points in front of them now. So, to be fair, we kind of need Arsenal to do us a favour tomorrow now and beat Liverpool, so we stay in front of them as well. So I think if they can, we will stay a point above them as well, and they've still got like 1 game in hand on us by then as well. So this table looks really, really good for me. I'm absolutely loving it, and I'm just buzzing that we was able to get the win and get the 3 points and just keep that momentum going, that belief, and yeah. Love it. Villa fans, subscribe to this channel. Let me know your thoughts. Up the Villa. Come on.